Hey guys, it is your boy, me, with.
You all know me.
You have to say your name in case they don't. Just to identify yourself, just in case they don't know who you are. It's important that they know who.
The Prince and Me podcast.
Episode number 5.
Episode 5. I'm so tired.
Oh no, you're gonna be good, buddy. Don't worry.
Why are you touching me?
Because we're friends. He's questioning his entire existence right now. But anyways, we're back with episode 5. And today's topic will be the 5 people we want to see as world champion within the next year.
In the WWE.
Or AEW. It could be AEW as well.
Oh, you put AEW in there?
Yeah, I put AEW in there.
That have never won the world title in that company.
Yeah, no, you can't be asking for
I didn't
seconds.
Put for in the next year. I just kind of put in the next couple of years. But they've never won the world title.
Yeah. But realistically.
Technically, one of mine in my list has, now that I think about it, because NXT kind of counts.
I would not count that.
I count it as a world title.
You count it as, okay, that's fair. I didn't count
Normally
it for
I do.
But if someone's won the NXT title, I don't think that counts as like.
But I put one guy from NXT on this list.
I put one guy from NXT UK that won the world title there.
I don't count that world title.
You don't count that one?
I count the NXT world title.
Even though
that was never called the UK heavyweight title of the UK.
Oh, that's fair. But it was the most beautiful fucking championship they had.
It was.
I do not know how they didn't take from example off of that one.
It was so good.
But this past week, some controversy has arrived.
Yes.
With the "We Want Cody" chants, which I am in full and utter support of, because you know what? He has to finish the story.
If I can never finish the story for the rest of my life, I'll be so happy.
Why you would be?
Loud people.
Yeah, no, loud ass people. Finish the fucking story. I mean, why do you not like that, buddy?
Make me question life.
But yeah, with
wrestling fans make me question life. I hate wrestling fans.
With the title, with Cody Rhodes basically being cucked out of that match.
Because he is a cuck. He's a bitch.
I mean,
overrated. Not saying he's a bad wrestler.
So what do you think about the
overhyped?
What do you think? Okay. So what do you think about the outpouring of fans saying that they
It's so fucking annoying. I deleted Twitter off my phone.
I don't ever say that's a negative thing. That's always a positive thing to delete social media from your presence.
Twitter is my favorite social media. And I literally deleted Twitter off my phone because it's so fucking annoying. I even tried having fun with it.
Yeah.
When it went viral, I started tweeting hashtag we want Jinder, hashtag we want Omos, hashtag we want Big Show, hashtag we want Theory.
Yeah. Random shit.
I tried having fun with it. It's so fucking annoying, bro.
Did people actually get pissed off? Like, did people respond to you or?
So then at the end I just tweeted hashtag we want Rocky, thumbs up, and I deleted Twitter. I was trying to just have fun with it, but then
it just got annoying.
People don't shut the fuck up. So
there are amidst rumors in that backstage, Rock is in full support of.
I don't care.
So is there anything on this topic?
I just don't want a triple threat. If they do Rock and Roman night 1 non-title and then Cody Roman night 2, I won't be mad. What I'm mad about, one, because people wanted Rock and Roman for so many years.
Yeah.
The one time they're actually going to get it, they want to bitch and cry and moan. A week ago, it was, fuck Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is overhyped and overrated. Now, it's everything Cody Rhodes. Make up your fucking mind.
To be fair, I think, would you argue that this could have been curated to get more people on Cody Rhodes' side? Could this have been curated by Triple H to be like, let's try and recreate Daniel Bryan?
Majority of the roster majority of the fans was on Cody's side, besides like pricks like me, because
maybe they heard our podcast, so was genuinely concerned.
Just so that it is just to piss me off.
No. They heard our podcast like, well, we don't want booed at fucking Philadelphia, so we have to do something to get everyone on his side.
Because Triple H isn't a fucking idiot. Triple H knows. It's Philadelphia. They're fucking ruthless. I'm still going to be booing Cody Rhodes because fuck him. If I don't get my Rock versus Roman match, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm not going to be like, oh, cancel WWE Network if it was still a thing, or I'm going to leave the show or blow up Twitter. No, I'm just not going to be happy.
So,
and if it is Cody one-on-one with Roman Reigns, like without The Rock versus Roman in night one at least,
yeah,
I'm leaving the building when Cody's music hits.
I think it's really a coming of head story. Two things clashing. It can either be at SummerSlam, it's either going to be Cody versus.
Here's what you keep talking.
At SummerSlam, it's either going to be Roman and Rock or Roman and Cody. I'm fine with either one of those.
Here's what I would think.
Because
right?
Go on.
WrestleMania, like Rock and Roman is one of those matches. There's not a lot of matches that are bigger than SummerSlam. That's one of them.
Yeah.
I want, have Cody go for Rollins. Night one main event. Cody beats Rollins. Priest cashes in.
Yeah.
Priest is the world champion. Roman versus Rock night one or night two. Roman wins. Cody has a little feud with Priest over the summer. Gets costed everything, either by the Judgment Day or by Roman Reigns. Or the Bloodline, whatever. And then for SummerSlam, he wants Roman Reigns. Because that's not too big for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Rock is. But that's not. And Cody can take the fucking belt to SummerSlam. It doesn't have to be at WrestleMania.
See, I'm fine with that. But my only issue is that I'm questioning whether or not Rock is exactly, match ready. That's my main thing. Do you think he's in the Performance Center consistently?
Doesn't need to be. Wrestling, it doesn't need to be. Look at, for example, Rock Hogan.
Yeah.
Was that a technical masterpiece? No, not even close. But it's one of the greatest matches of all time because the aura around it is fucking huge.
That's fair.
And, a lot of people were saying Cody gave up his main event to The Rock. No, because if he still picks Seth Rollins, he didn't give up shit. It's you get to pick. It's not you instantly face Roman Reigns. Yeah, at the Royal Rumble, he was yelling at Roman Reigns, but that doesn't instantly mean
exactly.
Roman Reigns because he wasn't even thinking about Rollins until Rollins said that line. You can easily have Cody still not look like a moron because I get some people, he looks stupid. No, you're just dumb and don't understand wrestling.
I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it makes him. It's hard to make. It doesn't make him look stupid, and generally, with the story being told, it's hard to make sense of it. But with the way they did it with Rollins cutting such an passionate promo to get into Cody's head, it does make sense that he would have a little bit of fucking doubt as to whether or not to have this match.
Here's something I want to add to that. With the line Rollins said about Dusty, how would you explain Cody not picking the Dusty Rhodes Championship? You backed yourself into a corner with that if you're going to go Roman and Cody at Mania. You kind of need to go Rollins and Cody.
Yeah.
Because you got to get the belt off Rollins. Cody taking it off of him would be great. And then Priest cashing in the heat that would get on Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And it'd be okay for Cody to take that belt. Because I feel like Rollins has built it up enough, especially in that promo, where it doesn't feel like, oh, you can't beat Roman, so here's a silver trophy.
Yeah,
second place.
Though what I do hate is that passionate promo that Rollins cut, and then Roman Reigns immediately trying to take it down.
I mean,
it makes
blame him though, because they try to do the same thing to his belt.
Yeah,
so can you blame him?
I guess it's just more so with the World Heavyweight title being at a disadvantage already. But it makes sense logically why Roman Reigns would fire fucking back. But it just sucks because World Heavyweight title needs I guess it did need that confrontation a little bit of being called the losers bracket title, because that was always in the back of our mind. So that confrontation means it needs to be proven wrong storyline wise.
Right. And if you have Cody and Seth, like, again, I will never come on here and say Cody Rhodes is a bad wrestler. I don't like Cody Rhodes, but he's really good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come on here and say Cody Rhodes is the shit. No. Cody and Rollins can be a quality main event to show why that title is a world title and not just a secondary, like, higher mid-card belt.
Yeah. The main issue that I have when it comes to the match placement is I know they're not gonna do it, but I'd prefer, in a sense, it be Bayley and Io in the main event of night one.
I would too.
But it's hard because if you do that, then the world heavyweight title can't be main event. But that's still
And
fine.
if you want to make it look like, you know, like a main event title, it kind of needs to be the main event. Especially since last year you had the tag titles main event.
Yeah.
Kind of need the world heavyweight.
And I really fucking
I feel like that, like, as much as I'd love to see Io and Bayley in the main, I'd love it. Even if it was Becky and Rhea, which wouldn't make much sense because Bayley won the Rumble, but still, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
The world heavyweight title kind of needs it more.
Yeah. Especially, yeah, and also because Bayley and Io already have the story built in.
Right.
So
the world title, if you give that the main event of WrestleMania, people will, like, stop calling it the secondary title or the loser's bracket title.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if you saw the fucking segment with Bayley getting turned on.
I didn't see it. I know what happened, but I didn't see it.
Her fucking acting in that fucking segment was amazing. Her going up to Io and basically saying, like, what happened, Io, as in, like, she actually sounded like she was about to fucking cry. Beautifully fucking done. And it also showed because in that segment, she got fucking attacked, but she could see it coming because she had, like, a lead pipe underneath the fucking steel chair. So it makes her as a babyface seem smarter. And then her only having one line saying, I'll see you at WrestleMania, Io, was way more impactful than, like, a 2 or 3 sentence. Got right to the fucking point. Fucking beautiful fucking segment.
Reminds me of Batista Triple H from 05.
Yeah. Where it's just, like, down and just fucking beating the shit out of him. But yeah, no, overall, I mean, whatever you want to say, the WrestleMania build-up to this year has definitely caused more stir and more discussion and more interest than a lot of other ones in the past. At least in a sense, more controversy.
Controversy, yeah, I see that.
And that stirs up more attention, which is ultimately a good thing for business. It's not a good thing for business is that we haven't even talked about this on the podcast. The Vince McMahon
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Because we're beyond the 10-minute mark.
Do you want to talk to you about it after this?
Yes, because this won't take a whole hour.
Okay, gotcha.
At least it shouldn't.
Yeah.
If it does.
All right, so you want to go first?
Number 5.
For the people who want to see become world champion in their respective companies.
That have not won a title, the world title yet.
And NXT titles do not count for me, but it could count for him.
I mean, I count him as a world title, but I also put a former NXT champion on my list. So
okay, gotcha. So world NXT does not count, even though I respectfully do believe that is a world title. We're talking about WWE World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Or AEW.
My number 5, Solo Sikoa.
What?
Solo Sikoa.
Within the next, like, 2 years?
I didn't say 2 years.
Well,
next few years.
Next few years. Okay, so like 3, 4.
3 to 5.
3. Okay, 5. Okay, that's respectful. That's respectful.
Solo Sikoa. 2 years. I mean, I could still see it, but like, I don't think it should happen that early, but I could still see it.
Would you see it being the WWE or World Heavyweight?
WWE, Roman Reigns.
I
don't want it, but I could see it.
I could see long-term booking of Solo eventually getting that title and then Roman.
Yeah, like the only person that people weren't talking about is the guy to take it off Roman. Like, I could just see some stupid shit.
Did you see that one fucking? There's like a review fucking. No, it was like an awards for 2023, and Solo got all the awards.
Yeah, bro.
Ones.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like he just.
What the fuck?
It couldn't be serious. It was like every single
worst thing in that country was Solo Sikoa. Like, what the fuck did Solo do to you?
He only had like 2 lines, and they said he was the worst promo, and it's like, okay,
all right, he said 2 fucking words,
and he probably said it fucking perfectly.
Yeah, and then on NXT he said something, shut the hell up, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
But he barely talks.
But I can see I can see it just from an in-ring stance. I would say I don't know his promo game enough, but in-ring stance, he's definitely really there.
Solo can promo. I've seen him on the Indies.
I would probably say 4.
When he was Sefa Fatu, yeah.
I'd say 4 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. My number 5 is not from WWE at all. It is Darby Allin. Because, and I'd say in the next 1 to 2 years, because when the fuck is his body going to give up? I hope it doesn't. I really fucking hope it doesn't. I love him as a wrestler, but the moves he does, ever since I saw that spot where Christian threw him off the apron onto those steel chairs and his fucking elbow landed wrong, I'm just like, you got limited time, dog. And he is a fucking pillar of AEW. He deserves at least one AEW title run, which is why I'm saying not shotgun. At this point, it wouldn't be shotgun. But I'm saying put the world fucking title on him.
Well, we're recording this the night him and Sting won the tag titles.
Yeah, which is good. It got really good pop, and they're obviously going to lose him.
Cool. Like, I mean,
you know, I'm
not super thrilled about it because I know why they did it. It's just to get the belts back on the Young Bucks.
I would really much prefer Sting and Darby beat the Young Bucks, and there's a tag tournament. I prefer that as well. Yes, I would prefer that. Give them to someone like the Best Friends or the fucking Dark Order. Come on.
Who have been there since day fucking 1.
Yeah. What the fuck?
My number 4, Dark Horse pick. I would have said this 5 years ago. I would have said this 2 years ago, and I'm saying it now.
Okay.
Next 5 years. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it will. I'd love to see it happen. And this is kind of where NXT can come into play because I can see it happening in NXT very soon. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin.
He had the Universal title as the constable for like a week.
He wasn't the champion.
No,
he just walked around with it. Baron Corbin has only won 1 championship in the over 10 years he's been in WWE.
Was it the U.S.?
The U.S. title, and he held it for like a month. He got to do nothing with it.
And then it dropped to the Dolph Ziggler.
And this is like when it was cool Baron Corbin. Like, yeah, Constable was... Corbin can wrestle.
Yeah.
Very fucking good. Like, yeah, you don't need to do the fucking Canadian Destroyers and like fucking Spanish Flies and 630s. You don't need to do that. It's not what wrestling's about. Corbin knows how to tell a story. He takes care of his opponents. He can have a good match. He can be fucking funny. Him and Braun Breaker are hilarious.
Yeah.
He can pull off almost any gimmick you need him to, almost. Like, he could be funny. He could be a babyface, which I never thought he could, but he's showing it now.
Yeah.
And he can be the most hated heel on the roster in a good way and a bad way.
Yeah. He's definitely rebuilding his brand in NXT in a very good way.
And he's showing that he can work, and he's been able to work all
I would
these
say
years.
probably the World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
Yeah.
But until he started teaming with Breaker, I thought he was going to go to Stand and Deliver this year and take the title off Ilya.
I would have hated that, but at the same time, it wouldn't be the worst.
But it would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Corbin as the NXT champion.
I would be fine with the concept of him taking the title off of Ilya, but like just not now. I want to see a long reign for Ilya.
That'd still be a decent run. That'd be 8 months.
I want to have, dude. If it's been 8 months, he can go for 8 years with that title. I'd be fine. Ilya is one of my favorite fucking wrestlers.
I love you, but not that much.
You're
drinking the Kool-Aid now.
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I know I want to see a human erection.
Sucking that dick right now.
No, I see him. He is the fucking definition of passion. Number 4. Okay. Number 4. Gunther.
This is my number 3, so we'll just keep moving in this conversation.
Gunther.
Gunther.
The Ring fucking General has held the Intercontinental title for over a year at this point.
Over 600 days.
Over 600 fucking days. And
I hope he loses it soon, not because I don't like Gunther, not because it's a bad reign, because I want the fucker to move up.
Yeah. And obviously, it's one of those things. It could be World Heavyweight title or WWE title. Either one for me.
Literally.
He deserves to have that World Championship run because he's made the Intercontinental title.
I feel like I'd like to see him with the heavyweight title because he'd elevate that title.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him with the WWE title because he is that damn good.
Yeah. And him versus fucking Roman Reigns would go fucking hard. Even though I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
I think they're going to save... I think Gunther drops the IC at Mania.
Don't know to who. Like,
I think... Because I was hearing some shit and he... I think I heard he's being cleared soon too. I heard something about Sheamus is planning too,
which would be that'd be fire.
That'd be good. Or what I'd like to do if they don't, like if they want going with Cody and Seth, Sami Zayn take it from Gunther.
Yeah, Though I do appreciate the fact that they're still going to have him versus Jey Uso, probably at Elimination Chamber.
That'd be cool.
And then Jimmy costs.
Probably, yeah.
It cost him the match. And
I
then
like the line Gunther said to Jay.
What?
I'm going to beat you so bad that you'll wish you were back in the good old days when people couldn't tell you and your brother apart.
That was really fucking good.
Yeah.
How you did half the fucking work as the longest reigning tag champions. He can cut good fucking promos, and I feel like he brings it down to earth. Like with the Miz, he just called him straight up fucking Mike. Like how he's able to cut people down to size with his promos and how unique his voice sounds in comparison to a lot of people. Like where he cuts a promo and he laughs. He finds it comical because he is just that damn good. He doesn't need to take these people serious, or at least he doesn't feel the need to. And
what I like too, he has this accent.
Yeah.
But you can hear him, and I'm not saying that in a weird way, but like to the point where the crowd won't go, "What? USA, USA." That pisses me off.
I fucking hate the what chants.
Like normally I don't, but like if it's against a foreign guy, yeah. If a heel is just pausing, okay,
yeah,
I get it. Like when you can't understand a foreign guy completely, that pisses me off. It's basically fucking racism.
I have this interesting thing of like. If the crowd ever chants "what" at me, for me just to constantly yell back ever.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
I like the Undertaker. Why don't you say "what" if you sleep with your own sister and they still say "what"? You're like,
yeah, no, creating creative ways to make respond to that. But Gunther over the past 600 days and even the past like 5 years has shown that he can
even on the indies. Gunther Walter was.
Mm-hmm. He had amazing.
I've never once seen a bad Gunther / Walter match ever.
Mm-hmm. Him versus Ilya at fucking NXT Takeover was fucking phenomenal match. One of the matches of the fucking year. The story he told there and the story he tells with almost everyone he crosses paths with.
You know a match I'd like to see, or you might want to see because I know you're a Darby guy. Walter and Darby on the indies.
I've seen the thumbnail of that. I've seen the thumbnail of that. That would
so good.
Especially with the way Darby.
The only thing I didn't like from that match was the finish.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, well, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about your number 3 because mine was Gunther. So
it blends perfectly in. Number 3, another AEW guy, Swerve Strickland, the man who I thought would have taken it off of MJF, but I am not upset. What?
I thought he would have too, but no, Joe is.
I'm not upset with Joe at all, obviously. But Swerve Strickland owns the fucking mic and owns the ring with this fucking character and how lethal he presents himself. They really could have done a lot more with him in WWE other than putting him with a rap group. And I'm so glad that he broke off from that to fucking AEW where he's been taken actually serious, cutting people up, fucking having his blood fucking drink in a match, and just how aggressive he comes across, going out into people's houses and talking to their fucking baby over the crib. Like, I don't know. The presentation, like literally him jumping Nick Wayne was one of the best, like, turnarounds and fucking decisive segments that proved how fucking dangerous this man can be. And just the way he cuts promos as well is so kind of reserved in a way, but so like cutthroat with what he says. Like I haven't seen a bad fucking Swerve Strickland match in AEW. He did a fucking amazing in the Continental Classic, and he's definitely been taken more serious. And I think he deserves and belongs to have the title of the first AEW's world champion that is of African American descent. Fucking just love everything about his character, and I love his fucking manager. And
Prince Nana is fucking goated.
Like Prince Nana and just the demeanor he comes out with, I think would still work either way. But with Prince Nana there, Prince Nana's fucking like energetic, fucking goofy ass attitude alongside his serious one, like just works so fucking well. And I love his use of cinder blocks. I think that's underrated as fuck, even though it didn't work in the match with Dustin. Overall, just the creativity when it comes to just hurting people is top fucking tier. So he definitely deserves to be the next AEW champion in fucking general after Joe.
I wouldn't say next because that'd be heel on heel, and heel on heel is never good. I'd say he should beat the guy. This should be a transitional champion.
Yeah.
AEW doesn't do that a lot. With that title, at least, there should be a transitional champion. Go from
it's just one of those things where
go
like
to a baby face and then have Swerve take it.
my only issue is with AEW specifically. If Swerve wins the title, you know they're fucking cheering.
Yeah,
You know they're fucking cheering, and I feel like heel versus heel. I think it would be more so heel versus tweener with him, because him versus Joe, I feel like Joe could definitely amp up the fucking just how fucking mean he can be with his promos.
yeah, I do kind of see like Swerve turning into a babyface just naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
Like not like with his actions, because
Yeah,
heel, but like kind of like who did it in WWE? Someone did it in WWE. They just like 1 week, like they just started being liked, and then 1 week they're just a good guy.
yeah,
Rollins did it when they started singing your song. He just became a good guy. He didn't turn face.
right.
There's been other people to do it.
So I feel like that can be more natural, and I feel like he can be the next one. Though, yeah, I mean, to be fair, if Swerve went against an actual hot babyface and stole the title, I think that could still work as well.
Yeah,
because he does have that edge to him that could make that work realistically.
All right, so my number 2. I'm surprised he's not on your list.
Mm.
L.A. Knight,
Dude.
Yeah,
I got to number 5, and it was between LA Knight and Darby Allin, and I wanted an AEW guy.
I don't like Darby Allin. Not that I don't like Darby Allin. I'm just tired of it because it's the same shit.
Fair.
I just want to see something different. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. They need to like put the belt on this man already. I get they're probably got to put the U.S. title on him at Mania.
Mm.
I want LA Knight as the world heavyweight champion. As a heel. Recreate the NWA Shoes of a Champion promo.
Mm.
So good. LA Knight is the man. Eli Drake, LA Knight. He can make anything work. I feel like even if they would have given him time, he could have made Max Dupree work. If they gave him time.
Dude,
they didn't give him any time.
What was it? It was he came out with the flashcards, and they said he was allowed to use the flashcards, and he goes back, and then Vince pulls him aside, and it's just like, why'd you use the fucking flashcards? And he's like, I said I was allowed to. Well, you can't remember your lines, just fucking bitches out. And the fact that Vince could not see the talent in LA Knight is fucking bewildering to me, because it is the epitome of like the peak of where Vince was in the Attitude Era. Not even, it's one of those things where he's able to encapsulate The Rock and Stone Cold's energy in a sense, but not rip them off. It doesn't feel like a rip off. It feels like his own creative thing. It feels like an influence and inspiration. I love LA Knight just for his promo game and how quick-witted he can be. And his in-ring work is pretty decent too.
Side note, real quick, if you're wondering why I'm licking my lip so much, because my lip is bleeding.
Rip.
I'm licking my lip.
But yeah, no,
I'm not a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I like how you have to say that.
Well, yeah, because I noticed that I'm like, I look like a fucking weirdo. Continue, LA Knight.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I definitely appreciate the energy, and I feel like with his feud with the Miz was good, and his promos.
I forgot about that. You
forgot about that?
Mm-hmm.
His verbal assassination of the Miz, and the match was decent for what it was. His tag team match with John Cena was decent, and then the match with Roman Reigns, I straight up did not see him now.
The shits.
It was the shits.
I love LA Knight. I clearly love Roman Reigns. We the ones. It was the shits.
Rip. But also that is because he is in the latter stages of his life in general. Like, as in, like, he's like 50s.
He's not in his 50s. He's not even close.
Is he in his 40s?
He's 40 years old flat. He's nowhere close to his 50s.
I was 10 years off. That's pretty close.
No, it just
But still.
So you would say you're almost 35?
Anyways, let's go
exactly.
to my number 2. The roller coaster. Cody Rhodes. For the sake of this man's sanity, I will keep this one brief.
So This man. Not you, Cody Rhodes. You too, maybe.
I don't blame you. I put this out of my genuine heart. It was not meant to offend you in any way, but it just seems
It
like
doesn't offend me. It just
I will keep this brief.
do what you gotta do. We got time to stall. Do what you gotta do.
Cody Rhodes needs to finish his fucking story. The fact he was in the WWE for so fucking long, like before he left to AEW, he was in it for like 10 years, right? Like, and he
I need to finish my story.
And he only won the Intercontinental title and the tag titles. He dedicated a lot of his life to that fucking.
Not everyone gets to be world champion.
But Cody Rhodes deserves it because of because of the work that he's put in. And the star that he's made himself. Man, he built an entire
There's people who put in more work.
But he built an entire fucking brand in order to put more food on more people's tables. That is a great service to the wrestling community. I would say that is a...
So you're going to say Matt and Nick Jackson also deserve titles? Because they did the same shit.
I'd say so.
But they deserve world titles?
In AEW.
Heavyweight titles.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. They're fucking good wrestlers.
No,
I love
the shits.
I love watching them wrestle.
I don't.
By a wrestling logic standpoint and the actual psychology of a match, they are the shits. I'll give you that. But when it comes to actually watching a match, they're pretty on point and they're pretty clean. And if they want to have, they help build AEW. If they want to have the world title, good for them. But for Rhodes, it's a different story because put like almost a decade's in worth of work before he even left for the Indies.
There's so many people who put in more things in wrestling than Cody Rhodes and didn't get a world title.
That's fair.
Scott Hall.
What do you? No. WCW?
He never won a world title in wrestling. Ever. And he put in way more work in wrestling than Cody Rhodes did.
He definitely got to beat the shit out of a lot of people. He definitely put himself over
a single championship in general.
But he definitely beat the shit out of a lot of people and was on top of a company for like a long ass time.
Do you want to know who never won a championship in general and has put in more work than Cody Rhodes?
Oh.
Jake fucking Roberts. Never got a single title, not even a mid-card or tag title.
So what you're telling me right now is because all these
people saying that not everyone needs to be world champion.
But I think Cody Rhodes needs to be world champion.
He doesn't.
It would make no sense. It would make logically no sense.
Why wouldn't it?
Dusty Rhodes got stripped of his fucking title. He got fucking the belt was in his hands, ripped out. His son coming back.
That happened to Pac too. Is he going to finish his story?
Did Dusty Rhodes ever win a world title in WWE?
No. Don't need to.
So logically, it makes sense for the sake of however you want to put it, the story, for that to logically come to a conclusion.
Not for Dustin?
Dustin's old as fuck, dog.
Cody's not much younger.
I would wait. I don't know. Well, he's in AEW. He wants to stay in AEW. If he wanted to go back to WWE, I think he'd already be over.
So, if just because he had the title in his hands and got taken away, now Cody deserves it.
Yes.
So Pac deserves it because he had the WWE title in his hands and it got taken away from him.
X-Pac or just Neville?
Neville.
When was that?
Monday Night Raw. He beat Seth Rollins.
And
he got it taken away from him.
Wait, wasn't that fucking the one where he goes for like the arrow and then fucking
foot was on the rope? But it was 1, 2, 3 and the bell rung and they announced him as new champion. And then they took it away.
Well, Neville's not in the company anymore, so kayfabe wise doesn't make sense. I'm not sitting here saying Matt Cardona deserves the WWE championship.
Why the fuck did I bring up Matt Cardona?
But I would love to see Matt Cardona as a world heavyweight champion in WWE.
He does more in wrestling right now than Cody does. Yes. Work-wise.
Yeah, I mean...
Cody's talked about more because he's in a company that has a lot of, like, the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
But Cardona's doing more in wrestling than Cody is right now, if you think about it.
I mean, that logically makes sense, but I'm just saying, in the context of WWE and the story they tell, it makes sense for that to be a conclusion.
Yeah. It also makes sense for him to just lose the match to Roman Reigns and get over it like every other fucking wrestler does.
But Cody Rhodes is a superstar. He is a fucking main eventer, and he deserves that championship.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He does not.
So what about all the what about AEW? What about the entire brand that he built?
He should go finish his story there in the bingo halls.
You sound like the biggest fucking mark right now. You're such a piece of shit.
You're talking about AEW, bingo halls, the indies.
They're not. Well, I mean, I can't. That's not.
Are
that's
they the
not,
indies
that's,
though?
I don't know. If
I
they're
think
the,
they are.
I
the
don't know
indies.
if they're the indies.
They're
or
the
not.
indies.
But that's my opinion, and my opinion stays true and is as valid as yours. So Cody Rhodes deserves a world championship. Let's go to your number.
We have the same number one.
We do.
The same number one.
You want to try and say it at the same time?
Same as Zayn. You didn't say it.
But like I was gonna go 3, 2.
You did, that's Mark shit.
All right, no, let's do that.
What are you 3, 2, 1 super kick like the Young Bucks? Like,
Yeah,
no.
3.
Sami Zayn.
Okay, you can do 1, 2, 3.
Sami
Sami Zayn. Yeah, I got it. All right, so I thought you go for a fist bump.
No, motherfucker, you pussy bitch.
Sami fucking
Which he
Zayn.
technically won a world title in WWE, but I want him to win the WWE title. I'll even take the heavyweight title, but Sami Zayn is worthy of the WWE championship. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, not because of the show it was at, I wouldn't have been, but like if he went to Mania, I would have been okay with Sami taking it from Roman.
He added a whole layer to the Bloodline storyline that would not have been there, and everything like he added so much to that story that I'm not sure if Sami Zayn never was input into it, if it would even be as good as it is. I do not think if Sami Zayn never touched that story, I do not think we would care about the Bloodline as much as we do.
We wouldn't. I still would because
you're a fucking mark. But
I'm a mark. You just poured your heart out for Cody Rhodes. You're a mark. Biggest like that's mega mark shit.
No.
Only a mark.
Only a mark.
Would love Cody Rhodes that much.
Sami Zayn.
See?
Sami fucking Zayn.
The way he feels about Cody Rhodes is the way I feel about Omos. Why wasn't he number one?
Did Omos ever fucking build an entire company off his back?
Did Cody do it by himself?
Did Omos's fucking...
Did Cody build the company?
You can't build an empire with just one person. It makes no sense.
Vince McMahon.
Did Omos's father...
built that by himself.
Did Omos... Oh, I can't deny that. Did Omos's father ever get the title stripped from him? I don't think so.
Omos's father is a Nigerian god.
We're not here to talk about fucking Omos. We're here to talk about Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
I like how he was.
Because I lost my train of thought.
All right, let's get back on the rails.
What was I saying about Sami Zayn?
How amazing he is and how beautiful a person he is.
How he should have got the WrestleMania 39 main event night 2 against Roman Reigns and won instead of Cody Rhodes because he's better than Cody Rhodes. That's also what I was saying.
I can't deny you there. He's over Cody Rhodes for me as well. So that makes logical sense. I mean, I would have
honestly, would you have rather had Sami or Cody beat Roman Reigns? Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn made more sense storyline wise. Even when it was happening,
Cody Rhodes didn't even really have a feud with Roman Reigns. He just won the Royal Rumble and said, "I want your belt," and my dad had that belt, so it's your fault.
Last year when it was happening, I was really hoping for Sami Zayn to win the world title, like either way, and then beat Cody Rhodes at Mania. I mean, like that was what my heart was saying.
The only reason I didn't want Sami to do it is because it was Elimination Chamber, and I'm a big believer in when you have certain title reigns, you need them to end at a certain pay-per-view. You can't just throw away a 1,000-day title run on an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
How pissed off! Oh my god! Imagine if
I love Sami. And he would have been a great champion, but like that Elimination Chamber, and like if that was at WrestleMania,
fucking story comes around, he fucking beats Solo Sikoa for it 2 or 3 years from now,
right? Yeah. So you want Cody to finish his story?
Yeah, I do.
Because I guess you can just say you wanted to do something and it's finishing a story now. So I'm gonna finish my story.
You're gonna finish? Okay.
And finishing my story is I forget where I was going with that. I think I'm concussed, like bro.
You stopped the entire conversation. You're like, I'm gonna finish. At least Cody can remember his fucking story. Like Jesus Christ.
How could you How could he not when he reminds us of it every fucking week for 2 years? Shut the fuck up, you blonde bitch.
I would like to know what your story
With your
was.
shitty neck tattoo. My story is never hearing about Cody Rhodes' story again.
You wouldn't have to hear it if you won it this year.
Oh my fucking.
I'm just saying, you're going to have to hear about it for the whole next year if he loses at Mania or if he doesn't get his match.
How about wrestling fans just shut the fuck up and
Or
watch
how
what's
about-
on TV?
Or how about just give the fans what they want? You know, that's a possibility.
No.
There are
That's
more.
not how wrestling works.
I think that is how
if you just get what you want, why the fuck would there be any intrigue in what you're getting? You need to hate something. Because then why would you care about, say people want Cody Rhodes for break Bruno's record.
Yeah.
They want him to keep going.
Yeah.
But they they never want another guy. Why would you just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my example. You can't always give wrestling fans what they want.
Yeah, which is why they had Cody lose last year, in a sense.
Right, but then get over it. Everyone loses. Not everybody needs to come back and just win it still.
I think they've done that for a lot of superstars.
Right. Get over it. It's wrestling.
But I feel like for this is a special example.
It's not.
It's kind of like if they did the same thing with Daniel Bryan, but they're like, "Oh, fuck you," and at the end they just cost him the championship. It goes to Batista. Like, do you think that would be a good story?
I wouldn't give a fuck.
I would give quite a fuck if it had Mania 30, if it was Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus Batista, if they had Batista pin Daniel Bryan.
If Bryan was in the match, then no, it had to be Bryan. But also, he didn't lose a million times. He actually had the belt taken from him.
Yeah.
Cody never had the fucking belt taken from him.
Because he was never given the opportunity.
Because he doesn't need it. Not everybody gets to be world champion. It just doesn't happen.
Except Cody Rhodes.
Does he get to be world champion? He hasn't been yet. He's been there for over 15 years and he still hasn't gotten the belt. Even in his own fucking company, he didn't get the belt.
Because he decided to be selfless and be like, no, I don't want that. This is for everyone else. I don't want to reign over it.
So basically what he said is he's too big for the bingo hall belt. I love independence. I'm not saying,
dude. What pisses me off even more about his AEW run was he could have still stayed. I'm happy he came back to WWE, but he could have still created an interesting storyline with the fact that he wasn't able to fucking get the title.
You know what would have been a lot cooler?
What?
Because he couldn't get the belt under his AEW contract. When he left, when his contract expired, signed a new deal, and now he can do it because it's a different contract. And then he wins the world title as a heel in AEW. It would have been a lot better than what the fuck WWE is doing.
I think I'm pretty content with what they're doing.
I'm of course you are, because Mark.
Well, yeah, because I like what they're doing. I like how they're actually making me think and be scared of the fact that Cody Rhodes might not get his world title run.
But they're not going to do that because all these fucking marks do is go on Twitter and bitch. And cry when they don't get their way. And change their mind 45 times.
But they're speaking up for what they want.
But they don't make up their mind. That's the thing. The second they put this belt on Cody Rhodes a few months later, this is boring. We want somebody else. We want LA Knight. We want Gunther. We want Randy Orton. After you cried for Cody Rhodes for 2 years. Literally last week, by the time this comes out 2 weeks ago, but literally last week, you were on Twitter. Cody Rhodes is overrated. Cody Rhodes is overhyped. Fuck Cody Rhodes. Shouldn't win the Royal Rumble again. Now you're back up his ass, sucking his dick more. Make up your fucking mind. For so many years, every time WrestleMania comes around, it's going to be Rock and Roman. Oh, it's going to be Rock and Roman. The one time you get it, you want to bitch about it. Shut the fuck up.
So, do you think they're going to do the same thing to Sammy?
What about Sammy?
If he wins the world title, do you think they'll eventually bitch?
If it goes on too long, yes. Sammy, it's different because people aren't every single time you open Twitter, every other tweet is about Sami Zayn winning the world title.
Also because he's not overprotected. I mean, Cody Rhodes is
Sami Zayn isn't overprotective. He isn't overhyped.
I mean, Cody Rhodes has definitely been overprotected.
Oh, he isn't overbooked or over. You know what I mean by overbooked. Not booked too much, but booked too strong. Yeah, that's overprotected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is. You're gonna tell me he's only lost 2 matches, like by pinfall or submission since
To
coming
Brock
back?
Lesnar.
One to Brock and one to Roman.
Yeah.
That's all he's like. Come on, dude. He's not John Cena. He's not Brock Lesnar. Brock could have won that amount of matches.
That's what I'm saying is like they could have definitely. I'll give it to you. They could have definitely done a lot better with making us sympathize with Cody Rhodes in a sense.
Went all of 2023 after losing to Roman. He's in his head. He loses every, like not literally every single match, but you know what I mean by every match. Just about. And then comes back and wins the Royal Rumble. It would have been so much better.
Yeah.
But no, he's still destroying everybody. But he didn't even mention Roman Reigns until like right before the Royal Rumble.
He beat Shinsuke Nakamura like 3 times.
Yeah. Didn't even mention Roman Reigns until right before the Royal Rumble. No. Should have been in his head all fucking year. Losing all of these matches. And then he wins the Rumble. But he's still talking about Roman all year long.
Yeah.
And now he's got Roman where he wants him.
Yeah.
And now you know Cody Rhodes is going to take that title from Roman Reigns.
I think we can at least...
And all these Rock teasers shouldn't have even happened if you're going to go with Cody Rhodes anyways.
Well, I could say at least we can both agree that the Cody Rhodes storyline could have been done better.
Way better.
But I'm still happy if it does happen.
I'm not.
But yeah,
I like
another
how, reason why I'm pissed.
I think that's why Sami Zayn deserves a better is number 1 because with Cody Rhodes it's more it's more dividing. It's more dividing of if Cody Rhodes wins it and why with Sami Zayn it's more like it's like the thing of like if you do a good thing it's usually never acknowledged. With Sami Zayn, we probably talked more about Cody Rhodes in his segment more than Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn is genuinely a nice person. The way he's been presented has been so wholesome, and the way he cuts promos is so passionate that it's kind of just a given that he deserves to be a world fucking champion and deserve to be taken serious. Which is why I'm so glad ever since Triple H took over, he's been given that. He's been given that whatever he wants to do. In a sense of like how he presents himself to the fans and his creativity has just gone on the product. Yes. So that's why I think he makes a better number 1 because it doesn't I don't think there's a lot of people that when you say Sami Zayn deserves to be world champion, it pisses them off. I don't think there's a lot of people like that. So that's why both of our picks, and ironically, Cody Rhodes is division, but with number 1, we both chose him for number 1.
Sami Zayn, man.
Sami fucking Zayn. So, anyways, yeah. So that's our 5 picks individually for who we want to be world champion. Now to a little bit of a more sour note. I want you to shit on yourself, you bitch. Vince McMahon. I know a little late to the party, only a little late, but it's still reprehensible. Fucking wild. Not surprising, but still fucking wild that these texts came out and that this entire thing is happening. I'm glad he's kind of getting his due. A man who deserved to be taken out of power probably a long fucking time ago is now getting his due diligence. And he did it. And it happened in the most perfect way, in a sense. Not in the sense that, oh, it's good that this happened, but in the sense that thank God this fucking came out, and thank God he's actually being exposed for being the piece of shit that he is. Yeah, I know, but with Vince, what creates this entire thing of like 50-50, not even 50, it's not 50-50, but like fucking 95-5. The only reason he has that 5% of like, damn, this sucked that it had to be him was because he's the one who created wrestling for us. And that is what's so fucking bittersweet about this, because it's like, you want to, when you think of the creator of wrestling, when you think of the creator of your passion, you want to look at him in good regard and you want to look up to him as, damn, I'm so grateful that he existed. But the embarrassment and the disgusting actions he has consistently took with probably sexually harassing hundreds and hundreds of women, allegedly. But this one definite is just like, yeah, no, this guy is definitely this much of a fucking scumbag. Making it so that when we look back on the entire product and the entire peak era of everyone's favorite childhood memories, the Attitude Era, you can't look at it the fucking same because of this fucking cancer little sore that decided to take his fucking power and put it onto someone that's parents had just fucking died, and they met each other in a fucking hotel, and then he immediately saw and heard her fucking story, and instead of seeing her as another human being that needs empathy, decided to use his money and power to fucking take her and put her underneath his fucking thumb, which really is the most fucking disgusting thing. And he decided to put her underneath his fucking asshole and decided to fucking just use her. Just fucking use her. Like, I just genuinely don't understand as another human being how you can do that to someone. It's disgusting. It's reprehensible. And it's just fucking, quite frankly, embarrassing as a wrestling fan to have that fucking person, that one of the top people, be representing wrestling in general. Not that I don't think me going out in public saying I'm a wrestling fan, they're going to immediately think of Vince McMahon shitting on a woman. But my thing is just internally, it's the fucking seed that made the tree, and it's fucking rotten.
The part that caught me off guard was Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is another thing, which is like this past 2 years has been a resurgence in a sense of his personality and the reception the fans have given him. His return was fucking amazing, and he did a lot for a lot of fucking people. And now the person that put over your main star, in a sense, is now shown to have like, oh, I'll sign this contract if I can use this fucking girl. Which I just don't get it. Like, I don't even understand the dynamic of like using someone. If you want to have intimacy with someone, you'd hope that they'd want to do it with you as well, full consenting.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to fucking sign a fucking contract to their body. Like, that makes no fucking sense. And the fact that it was like to sweeten the deal shows the depravity and the objectification of this fucking woman. I fucking genuinely hate Vince McMahon in a lot of senses, and it sucks that a part of me likes and appreciates the character, but at the same time, he's never being put in the fucking Hall of Fame.
No.
And Brock Lesnar is probably, hopefully, honest to God, sadly, but hopefully going to fucking die in obscurity, but he probably fucking won't because of the mark that he's left on wrestling. That's the main fucking issue. That's the main issue, is like, it wasn't taken serious at fucking all because everyone just heard stories about Vince, heard stories, and no one actually called him on his bullshit. Like, Shane McMahon left because of this happening. And I understand you don't want to tell on your own fucking father, man, but what the fuck, man? You see this fucking happening in the company of like, you're disgusted enough to call him out in front of executives. Shane McMahon calling out Vince McMahon in front of executives. But you're not disgusted enough to actually say something to the public. But I understand you don't want to destroy your father's fucking company. But you should care. Like, obviously Shane McMahon's not the one to fucking take issue with the fucking here. It's just the entire setup of this entire fucking thing, which is disgusting.
What's crazy too is Stephanie left, so she must have known too, which means Triple H probably knew.
Yeah, which is like, that's another thing. Triple fucking H and the reception to the press conference, which I understand it's like within a span of 24 to 48 hours of this news coming out, the fucking press conference, Triple H handled that so fucking poorly that even Cody had a better fucking response. Doesn't make fucking sense to me. I understand it's an ongoing lawsuit, I'd assume. Don't have all the details, but I assume it's an ongoing lawsuit. So you don't want to dip your fucking toe too much into that. But at the same time, you can do something more to reassure that this was a shitty thing that happened, and we are doing everything in our power to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again within the power dynamic. But the fact that it wasn't reassured is like, that's a little fucking sus, I gotta fucking say.
Yeah. It's wild.
Which,
things that have gone down with Vince McMahon in the last couple of years is insane.
Oh God, it's just, he's getting fucking older. He's gonna fucking die, and he's gonna be in a fucking wheelchair looking back at this entire thing and realizing he may have built a beautiful thing, but he just fucking shat all over it at the end.
Yeah.
And that's no hyperbole. It's not meant to be a fucking, like, it's not meant to be a joke. It's just genuinely like, power rots the fucking brain, and Vince McMahon had too much power for too fucking long. He should have been fucking gone. Like and what's even worse is like not only was it's not like him as a wrestling figure in the latter half of his career as a figure was even good for the fucking product on screen. The fucking actual product was fucking dog shit and had no fucking nuance. Sure, you had a good thing here and there, but it had to be fucking, his arm had to be forced by the fans or by people by the fans in order for him to actually fucking care. The fact that WWE is still alive is a fucking miracle. If I'm being honest, the fucking from 2011, the fact I became a fan in 2011 is fucking wild because looking back, it was dog shit product.
I became a fan in 2012 and it was still shit.
Yeah, 2011 to 2018 was like absolute fucking dog shit. Even 2019,
16 was all right.
16 was all right for the SmackDown.
Yeah,
it was all right for the SmackDown.
Raw was even okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but it was still like finding nuggets of gold in a mountain of shit. It's like
18 was all right. Like it wasn't the greatest year ever, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
19 was the shits.
Yeah, with the fucking Lana and fucking Rusev and Bobby Lashley storyline down the fucking drain.
That was more at the end. That was more 2020-ish.
Yeah, but except 2020 was actually 2020 was actually decent for what it was.
For what they had to work with.
Yeah, 21.
I don't remember.
2022 was decent. And that's actually when Triple H began his power.
23 has been the best year for WWE in a long time.
Yeah.
As much as, Cody shit annoys me, overall, it's been a really good year.
Yeah. WWE. Because they actually care about every one of the characters on fucking screen and make sure they're doing something. Most of them. But they if you are on the main brand, then they are trying their best to find you. Even Maxine Dupree is inserted into things as shits. She's the shits, but I think that's kind of big.
This is the first episode we're doing since the Royal Rumble.
I think so. I believe so.
It is because we couldn't last week because we were on catching up with Kate.
So yeah, the Royal Rumble. Actually, for the Royal Rumble predictions, we got the last 4 of the men's right.
I got the last 6 right.
Did we? Was it? Did you use number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I got the whole last 6 with Sammy and who else went out? Priest.
I'm gonna say let's just go down the card. The women's match was really fucking good. The women's Royal Rumble was really fucking good.
Besides Maxine Dupree
fucking up her spot. Which honestly, God, I know she is a shit wrestler, but at this point they presented it as it's her gimmick. So, okay. That doesn't mean it's any better, but at least there's logical sense. Like this is a new trainee. All right, go down to fucking NXT, but it is what it is. It's for the Alpha Academy.
That should be an NXT gimmick.
Yeah, exactly.
It works so much more.
Yeah, it works so much more as a fucking
on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I was really wondering why they didn't have the Maxine Dupree versus Valhalla match, but I can see why now.
The shits. Both of them.
And the fact, but I'd be lying if I were to say that there isn't something special about watching someone grow in front of our eyes. Like it's not Monday Night Raw quality per se, but it's still interesting, say nonetheless. You had fucking in the women's one, you had Trinity returning. You had fucking what was her fucking name? I feel bad. Jordan Grace, which is wild because 2 years ago, Mickie James came out with the TNA title, and you thought that was a big fucking deal. And then, like logically, that was like, oh, that's because Mickie James worked for WWE before,
right.
And now you.
Okay, I kind of was like, yeah, it's cool, but like, she's been there.
Yeah. And then this time around, you had an actual. You what I like about it is because it was kind of like it made Naomi's transition into WWE feel more natural because she was in the ring with someone that she just lost the title to.
And this was so special because Jordan Grace is so like. I don't know if you're very familiar with her. Jordan Grace is so good. And she's been working her ass off in TNA for so long. And this is different than, like we said, with Mickie James, who's been there many times. Definitely going in the Hall of Fame at some point.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace has never stepped foot in a WWE arena. And you don't expect, it's not often they're able to pull off surprises.
Yeah.
Not a single person. You can say you did. Nobody expected Jordan Grace in that Royal Rumble match. Yeah. Nobody.
So
that was so special. She did so good.
Yeah, she did so good. And honestly, got just one of my fantasy things. I know it's not going to fucking happen, but I like the idea of it. It was in the match, she had a fucking stare off with Ivy Nile, which I thought was pretty special, which like got things stirring in my head. With obviously Shinsuke Nakamura working for New Japan, Charlie Dempsey working for All Japan. I really would not be surprised if maybe they sent Ivy Nile to TNA and then had like a one-on-one match with fucking her.
I don't think they would.
I don't think so either, but I it's something that I would like to see.
Sending somebody, not Ivy Nile. She's not.
Yeah. I guess that's not the greatest representation for WWE either. But then again, they sent Charlie Dempsey to All Japan, so it's like
it's William Regal's kid though.
Yeah,
but I've got like nothing like.
But I do like the
fact. I think she's bad.
Yeah, but I do like the fact that we live in a current era where we do feel like WWE that is a potential to happen.
Yeah, because they do a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then also Naomi returning was done really well. She was number 2, same as her fucking husband Jimmy, number 2 in the men's as well. Also, something that connected both Rumbles was R-Truth running out. I thought.
I'm glad it was the same number both times because, like, if he came out like 16 in one and like 26 in the other, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was connected because he was like, oh man, I got the wrong Royal Rumble. I got the right number, but the wrong one. He ran in and immediately got shit canned by fucking Nia Jax. I think was it Nia Jax.
In the women's, I don't remember.
All right, that's right. It would make sense for it to be Nia Jax to get more heat on her.
It was Bayley.
It was Bayley?
I think it was Bayley.
Mm-hmm. And then a lot of like, it was definitely a good match. It definitely wasn't the cleanest
here's
match.
One thing I didn't like about the Women's Rumble. Asuka and Kairi going out so quick. They were both within the first 5 or 6 people to be eliminated.
Yeah, and they were eliminated at the same time. The first one looked like a fuck up. It was like Kairi saying,
yeah.
And it was already established that you could have one foot on the ground. So she could have definitely easily caught herself with one foot. So logically, like, okay.
Could have just stepped.
It looked like she was supposed to skin the cat or something like that because her legs were like kneeing down, but then it looked like she accidentally slid down a little bit more and then fell down.
Yeah.
I
did not like that.
Yeah. What I did like is number 28 or 29 was Jade Cargill. 28 was Jade Cargill. Really big fucking. I'm glad that they had her debut in the Royal Rumble because that does make sense.
Meeting 7 people.
Wait, was that the same as ours?
She got 8 people out. We did 7.
We did 7. Okay, so we were one off. Okay, yeah. So we got that relatively close
to the final 4, which we predicted.
Fuck yeah. And also, I am glad that they did. I heard when I was watching the match, I heard a lot of people saying AJ Lee is gonna be number 30, and it's like no. That's that like not that it doesn't logically make sense, but this Royal Rumble has already had with Jade Cargill and other chick, I forgot her name, or Jordan Grace. With those 2 people, I feel like there was enough surprises. So I was really happy with Liv Morgan making her return.
I wasn't happy with Liv Morgan because I'm not a Liv Morgan fan.
I like relatively I'm appreciative of the work that she's put in. And the only reason she was off was because of a suspension for a weed charge. No,
she was injured.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. She was hurt.
Oh, okay, got you. I thought it was a weed charge.
WWE don't give a fuck about that. It's weed. It's legal.
So that made me really happy. She was number 30. And obviously Bayley winning made logical fucking sense.
Glad that happened.
Yeah, no, it was.
What I also thought was cool is Tiffany Stratton getting the Final 4 rub. Like that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and Tiffany Stratton has now debuted on SmackDown.
She did?
Yeah, she debuted on SmackDown along with Naomi.
I didn't see that.
I forgot who she faced off against, but they were both segments. What I'm also liking with the new GM things, like with Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, how whenever there's a new talent on the rise, it's like they're fighting to see who gets it on their brand.
It makes them seem more special.
Like they were having fucking backstage segments with Braun Breaker as well. So it makes it feel more special and makes it feel like there's actual competition there.
If you saw even on NXT when he was interacting with Corbin, he had a SmackDown contract in his hand reading it.
Yeah.
It's the little things that just make someone seem more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Important, prestigious.
Important, prestigious, yeah.
And it's not like before the GM things would feel crammed down our throats, but with this set of GMs, it feels more natural. It feels more sports based. It doesn't feel like it needs to have a story. It can just live on its own. What I like about it is like it's just slight pressure and slight animosity between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis that could go into next year's Survivor Series and actually build up to a feud for Raw versus SmackDown. That would be logical.
I mean, you could also do Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce if Pearce wants to wrestle, because they were both very good wrestlers. Like, obviously, people know Nick Aldis. A lot of people don't know Adam Pearce was a great wrestler.
Isn't he like
Adam
NWA?
Pearce, 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
So,
and that was like when the NWA wasn't doing cocaine spots with not EC3, but he wasn't in the cocaine spot, but still. Tyrus is the world champion. Like, this is back when NWA was like, you know.
I would actually love to see a 5v5 Raw versus SmackDown with both of them in the fucking.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go with singles yet because Pearce has been out of the ring for so long, and by that time we get there, Nick Aldis would have been out of the ring for over a year.
I don't even know if they're. It's weird because I'm not sure. They must be planning on having Aldis as a star eventually.
Have to.
Yeah, have to. Because of his presentation, and honestly, his interactions with Roman Reigns has shown how important he's made the GM role feel.
And he's a great GM. Like, I like that he doesn't take shit from anybody. And I also like that Adam Pearce, he will, but he won't at the same time. Like, he'll let you get away with a little bit. But then he's got a breaking point. And Nick Aldis won't let you get away with shit.
Yeah.
You're doing what he wants you to do.
So they're also unique characters as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the women's match, it was pretty good. Again, I popped big for when Bayley won. Next match was one I missed, which was Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens.
That was so good.
The
finish was so creative.
Yeah, was that the next match or was that okay?
No, Roman was next.
Okay, my bad. Roman versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, which I saw bits and pieces. I thought what I saw was really creative, and I thought from what I saw, they did a good job of getting people in and out of the ring. The finish was.
He just hit a spear on AJ Styles.
Just a spear. It was fucking.
AJ took out Orton with something, and then he just speared AJ Styles, and it was 1, 2, 3.
Okay, gotcha.
I did not like the match very much. It was just like,
Yeah, it was just kind of like a defense for Roman Reigns.
And you knew Roman was going to win. A lot of people were like, oh, Randy Orton's going to win. Come on.
Yeah, no, I don't think
I love Randy. He's my favorite wrestler. But like,
I don't think they would throw away this title. I don't think they would throw away this title reign for like
anything other than WrestleMania. You can at SummerSlam, but like this title reign even get to the point where like it might need to be WrestleMania.
Also, because of it needs to be singles. I don't think a triple threat would work, honestly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
That's the thing with like Gunther when he faced McIntyre and Sheamus.
Yeah.
I thought McIntyre was going to be the guy to take it from Gunther for a while, but I didn't think it would happen there because it's a triple threat match. Like, it just feels better when you beat the champion.
Right, 1-on-1, and it's more definitive. Then
you can do multi-mans, but like it's just certain points it feels.
If it's going to be a multi-man, it needs to be for probably a mid-card title, and it needs to be not a long reign at that point.
Right, not something he's had.
But also, you still want to kind of protect the guy that's holding the title, so you don't have him take the pin. You have
like
someone
if
else.
Logan Paul was through a multi-man at Mania and lose it, okay, he hasn't been champ for too long.
Right, like if it was a like say it's a U.S. title multi-man match at a Backlash, they fucking lose the title, and then they have a rematch 1-on-1 at SummerSlam or something like that.
Right, like that's fine.
Next match was obviously Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens.
So creative.
As you said, creative ass fucking finish. I did not see a lot of the match.
Logan Paul grabbed the brass knucks, tried to cheat on KO. KO took the knucks. KO used them on Logan Paul. He's pinning him 1-2. Ref sees the knucks. Disqualifies KO.
Yeah.
Just so creative. Shows Logan Paul's a bitch. But KO isn't playing his bullshit, and that sets up an obvious rematch for KO and Logan Paul.
And what I love about it is also because the SmackDown after, Kevin Owens was like, it was so worth it just to punch you in the face. That is a win to me, to hit you in the face with brass knuckles, which I liked.
He'll get the belt. Like, he'll get the shot at the belt again.
Yeah, I really hope. What is it? I hope Logan gets at least. I guess no.
At the Chamber, I think it's going to be KO and Logan Paul.
I think so too. But I'm not sure if it's going to be clean or not.
Or Logan actually beats him.
It would be funny as fuck if they threw Logan in an elimination chamber.
That'd be cool. Then it'd be clean either way. Even he used the knucks, but it's an elimination chamber.
Yeah.
Like if him and KO no DQ, that's what I feel like they're going for. Because he got disqualified.
Yeah.
So KO versus Logan Paul no DQ. Technically, you could still use the knucks, but it'd be clean because it's legal.
You could have someone fucking. Again, I really feel like they should do this. It would be funny if one of Logan's friends climbed on top of the chamber with like the knuckles, with the knucks like tied to a string, and then lower it down through the fucking cage, and then fucking Logan grabs it. I think that'd actually be funny as fuck, and I would appreciate that.
Another spot that'd be pretty cool too if it's a one-on-one with Owens. KO can catch the brass knucks again, but this time Logan has a second pair trapped in the turnbuckle.
Yeah, dude.
So like KO can give the knucks to the ref. Hey. Ref turns away to go put him away. Logan has the second pair. Boom. 1,
Dude,
2, 3.
that'd be
a cool finish too.
Yeah. So Elimination Chamber is looking like it's going to be a good one, and then we go to the main event, which is the Royal Rumble.
Started pretty good, and then just like once Sammy came out, like I love Sammy. Obviously, we were just praising him like a motherfucker. The Rumble just got boring though.
The only one that was a surprise to my knowledge was Andrade. And no one really. Some people popped McAfee, which was a fucking throwaway. I don't know.
It was funny though.
It was funny, but I don't know, man. I wish I'd rather have a surprise rather than it
was a surprise.
The way they did it was all right. I wish they did something better, but at the same time, I did find the comedic value in it with McAfee calling in and seeing fucking Omos and Braun Breaker and be like, "Oh, okay, guys, I'm good. I don't need this."
The part I liked is. No, I'm coming back in.
Yeah, no, I'm done. And it sucks that the peak of the match was probably R-Truth coming down and doing the first hot tag in a fucking Royal Rumble.
But the peak that's up there, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite is like Jey Uso's all happy when he's number one, and then you just hear that fucking I forget what it is. You hear that sound from Jimmy Uso's theme song.
Yeah.
Like. Oh shit!
And then
I don't know how I didn't see that coming.
Right,
like you see Jay as number one, you should assume Jimmy's going to be number two, but I didn't see that shit coming.
Yeah. Also, at the beginning of Jimmy's theme song, yeah, like the little.
I'm like, oh fuck. This is going to be good.
And then the final four was obviously McIntyre, Punk, Cody, and what's it called? Gunther. And then obviously Punk getting fucking injured from taking the Future Shock.
Again, Punk is injury prone.
He is very injury prone. Which is fucking crazy. Which is crazy because for AEW he had that match with Samoa Joe, the entire match with Samoa Joe for the All In pay-per-view, and he didn't get injured once there. But I thought that was a really fucking physical, hot ass match. But then again, I guess a few months of not training or not being in the ring can really fuck you up. So that was really depressing to see because of the passionate promo we cut the night after, which I thought was fucking spectacular. Drew McIntyre coming out and attacking him. Fucking perfect.
McIntyre making fun of Punk is so fucking hilarious.
He came out with the fucking shirt of like Rip CM Punk's fucking WrestleMania dream.
I like the pic he posted on his Instagram where it's a dude over a grave like this, but he photoshopped McIntyre's head over it, and the grave said CM Punk's WrestleMania main event.
And then he actually, I like that.
What was on the t-shirt?
It wasn't the exact one, but it was basically the same format.
Okay.
It was a different McIntyre face and different text for the fucking gravestone, probably for copyright reasons.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it was definitely McIntyre as a heel now has been working ever since he turned heel.
Yes.
And him just being fucking brutal. Like, what was it? He was even on his fucking Insta. He was like flexing, like never miss tricep day.
Never miss tricep day. Like, bro, shut your ass up, bro.
And I'm surprised. I mean, again, that is really fucked up. And if CM Punk doesn't get pissed off at that means some real fucking growth. There's even been rumors that Punk is going to
that's a work. He's going to come back and he's going to wrestle Drew if Drew doesn't leave the company.
There's also rumors that Punk might be on commentary.
Okay.
Which I would be absolutely fucking fine with and would love that. So yeah, it was. And then
don't knock over his diet soda again.
Don't. That's what starts another feud.
My diet soda. That's the real reason he went after John Cena for the WWE title in 2011 because he did his diet soda every week.
Motherfucker.
Have you seen the compilation of Cena knocking over Punk's diet soda every fucking week?
No, but I have to look that up. What were the final? Who was the final two? It was Cody and Punk for the final two, and Punk gets injured, but is showing the injury, and then says, "I'm not getting eliminated by Dusty's kid," and then whispers to Cody, "I fucking just throw me over," and just throws him over, and that was the end. with Cody Rhodes winning a second Royal Rumble in a row.
And then I started throwing shit, and
yeah, I could tell this. I could tell when that happened. I was in joy, but I can sense the vibes from this man 100 miles away, fucking cursing at
he
the
acts like
television.
it's far away. I could walk to his house in like 10 minutes.
I watched it at the Silent Show.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I forgot you were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I felt the vibes from 100 miles away of this man throwing something at a fucking screen. But anyways,
That has been
the Prince
Prince
and
and Me
Me
5.
podcast.
Thank you all for watching and hearing my rants about Cody Rhodes every week.
You
and hearing listen to this Mark talk about
sucking. Never mind.
basically sucking off Cody Rhodes.
Because Cody Rhodes is the best. Wait, one more thing. Wait,
no,
thing.
you're not.
No, one more thing. What was that creative outro that we had last week? Do you remember that one?
No, but I have a great outro for this week.
What is it?
A great outro.
What is it? No, don't just end it.
Hashtag we want Rocky.
No.